All right, hey guys, OFD checking in here on a Thursday evening, and tonight I've got another watch from AVI-8 to check out here on the channel. This is their newest watch in the Hawker Hunter series. This is the Avon edition, and the Avon edition is actually named after the Rolls-Royce powered Avon turbo fan jet motors that actually power the Hawker Hunter aircraft. So very nice looking chronograph watch. It's definitely harkens to aircraft theme and stuff as they always do at AVI-8. You've got the just outside the main, I guess what you call the main, control panel, you've got what looks like a turbo fan jet there underneath the dial, which is a real neat addition to it. There are layered dials, so there's a lot of depth to them. Also, they've kind of brought that out to the bezel, the outside of the bezel ring, so kind of giving it that fan jet look also, if you guys are familiar with the way a turbo fan jet looks on a jet aircraft. So you've got a chronograph function watch here. I'll go ahead and get it started. On the outside there, on that that index ring, or what they're calling a tension ring, you do have a tack meter. As you can see, it's labeled right there on the outside, so you can use that as a functioning tack meter on the watch. Up here at the top, you've got your running minutes, up to 60 minutes. And then over at 9 o'clock, it will actually keep track of your hours up to 12 hours if you choose to run it for that long. But it is a pilot's watch. The idea is that you have that 12-hour countdown over there. I'm going to go ahead and actually stop the chronograph here, and I'll reset it down here. I wanted to show you guys, and I need to move the hands around a little bit here. I wanted to show you guys also down here the the running seconds counter at the bottom. I really love the way they did this with that little arrow hand, that broad arrow tip red hand there, and they've got the dial cut in half with the 30 seconds split like that with the white and the dark. Very neat looking. You've got this blue on the inside of the dial, which does have texturing to it. Everything in there is painted on. It lets you know that these are your minutes over here, your running seconds over here. You have the open date wheel design on the outside. Of course, your date is going to be red over here at the 3 o'clock position where you do have that red hash mark. There's some pretty decent lume on this watch. At the end of the video, as I always do, I'll get a lume shot of it. Very clean watch. This is 50 meters water resistant, so splashing and washing the car and doing stuff, you wouldn't want to swim with it. They're not designed, especially a chronograph watch, you don't want to swim with it, but you can get it wet. It's not going to hurt the watch. This watch has an all PVD coated case, as you guys can see, brushed on the sides, a little bit of polishing on the top. Actually, it's just really kind of on this top edge here where they've got the polishing, and out the edge of the pushers. The bezel also has some polishing. You do have a logo on the crown. This is a standard, that Target logo that they do with AVI-8 watches. Taking a look at the case back, very nicely done. You have the Hawker Hunter, the AVI-8 there, an actual picture of the Hawker Hunter aircraft there, an AVI-8 logo. All stainless steel construction. Underneath this PVD coating, it is 316L stainless steel. This is a Japanese quartz movement, obviously a chronograph with the small seconds down there at the 6 o'clock, and water resistant, like I said, at 50 meters. I always love the way that AVI-8 does these case backs. If you guys collect AVI-8 watches, I'm sure a big part of it is for the way they do their case backs. It's always fun. They're just, you could almost put these watches in your watch box upside down so that you could see the case back. So I think it's fun. I think it's really neat. So taking a look at the straps, since I have it flipped over, as you guys can see, it's natural leather on top, and then on the bottom they've painted it black, and I think it's a great addition. The AVI-8 logo branded there, of course, as you guys can see. They also have done the PVD coated over the stainless steel buckle on the watch, and they have the AVI-8 logo up there at the top. The particular reference number on this model here is the AV4064-01. If you guys were curious. Nice stitching up here, and like I said, the natural on the top. It's a very clean, nice looking watch. I really like what they did here with the crown. Besides that it's labeled, you guys, this is actually a second layer that's black over the top of that stainless steel crown. So it's just kind of a neat addition, kind of adds, it's almost like a fuel cap or something. It's just different, very nice. Also at the top is a little bit hard to see there, but at the 12 o'clock you do have the Hawker Hunter up there at the top, and the AVI-8 logo, of course, at 3 o'clock. So let me pause the camera and get this watch on the wrist, and of course, as we always do, we'll go out with the lume shot. All right, so there's the watch on my 7-inch wrist. If you guys aren't familiar with the size of my wrist, that's 7-inch wrist, and it wears super well. I didn't tell you guys this watch is a 45mm case from side to side. You're looking at 52 from lug tip to lug tip, or north to south, and it comes in just under 12 millimeters. I measured it at 11.9. It does have a 22 millimeter lug opening, excuse me, if you do choose to change out that strap. The strap is very, very supple and very comfortable, I will tell you that. But very good looking watch on the wrist. Excuse me for the hang tag, I forgot to take off, but it works very well. These watches, I'll leave a link. This was sent to me by AVI-8 UK. They're not quite available yet, but you can get over to their website and they will email you as soon as they're available. You give them your email and they'll let you know, hey, it's kind of like you reserve it, but you don't have to pay anything. You're just kind of reserving it with your email saying, hey, I'd like to buy one. And then they let you know it's available. But they're 190 pounds sterling, so I'm not really exactly sure what that's going to transfer to in American US dollars. But if you're over there in the UK, that's what they're costing. So great looking watch. I like what AVI-8 does. Let's dim the lights and go out with a loom shot. All right, so one of the things I've noticed, to be honest with you, lately from the AVI-8s I've gotten is they are upping their game a little bit in the loom department. They've added a little bit more, it seems like, maybe layering a little bit more loom on there, and this one definitely hits the marks, and it looks great. Those hands, you know, everything about the watch really feels like a pilot watch. It's the whole cockpit theme that they do with the hands. I mean, those hands are obviously like the hands you see on an altimeter or instrumentation, your aircraft or something. But it's just a great looking watch, and it's a fun design to wear. I didn't mention it. This is a domed mineral crystal, not sapphire, but it wears very well. So you will have to be careful of scratching it. But I'll leave all the information about this watch down below in the description. You guys can go ahead and order it at the website. If you like the video, give me a thumbs up down there at the bottom. And if you've not subscribed to the OFD channel yet, please do. Please do. All right, thanks, guys.